In Pakistan, both houses of parliament have passed the Elections, Second Amendment, Act, 2024, which bars independent lawmakers from joining a party after a stipulated period. The bill, introduced by PMLN lawmaker Bilal Azhar Kayani, has faced strong opposition from PTI, who argue it undermines a recent Supreme Court ruling favoring PTI on reserved seats. The bill aims to amend the Elections Act 2017, with provisions stating that candidates not filing a declaration of party affiliation will be considered independent. PTI's Ali Muhammad Khan voiced strong objections, calling it an attack on the Supreme Court's authority. Law Minister Azam Nazir Taher defended the bill, stating that the elected parliament has the right to lawmaking. The bill was passed by the Senate later in the day, amid ongoing protests from the opposition.
पहली बात तो ये है कि कानून साजी मैं बारहा कह चुका हूँ, इस मुअक्कर और मोअज़्ज़ज़ ऐवान का प्रेरोगेटिव है, इख्तियार है, और ये कानून साजी अल्लाह के 100 नामों के नीचे खड़े होकर मैं कह रहा हूँ, आइन की रूह के ऐन मुताबिक है, ये अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल नहीं है, ये आइन की रूह के ऐन मुताबिक है।
जनाब स्पीकर साहब, हम एहतजाज कर रहे हैं, हमारे मेंबरान एहतजाज कर रहे हैं, हम इस बिल को रिजेक्ट करते हैं। ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट के ऊपर पार्लियामेंट की तरफ से हुकूमत हमला करवा रही है। आप कानून साजी बेशक कीजिए, लेकिन कानून साजी पाकिस्तान के मफाद में होनी चाहिए। अल्लाह के 100 नामों के नीचे खड़े होकर आप तहरीक इंसाफ के मेंबरान असम्बली को तहरीक इंसाफ में जाने से रोकने के लिए और खवातीन मेंबरान असम्बली को यहाँ पे आने के लिए, उससे रोकने के लिए और अक़लियती मेंबरान के हक पे डाका डालने के लिए कानून साजी करें।
In economic news, Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb announced that Pakistan expects to secure the IMF's staff-level agreement approval by the end of August. Meanwhile, French oil major Total Energies has agreed to sell its 50% stake in Total Parco Pakistan Limited to commodities trader Gunvor Group (TPPL), a joint venture between Total Energies and Pak Arab Refinery Limited, operates over 800 service stations and deals in fuel logistics and lubricants. The sale, pending regulatory approval, aligns with Total Energies' focus on core geographies with growth opportunities. The new entity will continue using the Total Parco brand for retail and the Total brand for lubricants in Pakistan for 5 years. Adnan Sheikh from Pak Kuwait Investment Company noted concerns about Pakistan no longer being a core geography for Total Energies. Last year, Shell Petroleum exited Shell Pakistan amid financial losses and economic challenges. Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb recently met with Parco and Gunvor Group officials, who reaffirmed their commitment to Pakistan's energy sector. Discussions included ongoing projects, energy reforms, and privatization efforts. Moving on to sports, Arshad Nadeem qualified for the Olympic javelin final with an 86.59 meters throw, placing 4th. India's Neeraj Chopra led with 89.34 meters. Grenada's Anderson Peters and European champion Julian Weber also advanced. Other qualifiers include Kenya's Rio silver medalist, Brazil's Luis Mauricio da Silva, Czech Republic's Jakub Vadlake, Finland's Toni Karinen, and Andrian Marder of Moldova. The final is set for Thursday. United States Vice President Kamala Harris has officially secured the Democratic presidential nomination, becoming the first Indian American and first woman of color to top a major party's presidential ticket. Harris won 99% of the delegate votes in a virtual roll call and will face former President Donald Trump in the November general election. She will formally accept the nomination next week, with the Democratic National Convention set to celebrate this historic moment in Chicago from August 9 to 22. Harris has selected Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate. Walz, who was re-elected as governor and is a U.S. Army National Guard veteran, will join Harris in launching their campaign with a rally in Philadelphia. The Harris-Walz ticket will focus on key swing states such as Wisconsin, Michigan, and Arizona throughout the week. Walz is recognized for his progressive policies, including protecting abortion rights and supporting gender-affirming care. Meanwhile, the Trump campaign has criticized Harris and Walz, labeling them as too ideologically far left. The campaign has accused Walz of trying to impose California's policies on the Midwest, describing him and Harris as dangerously liberal extremists. In a fundraising email, Trump's vice presidential running mate J.D. Vance vowed to wipe the floor with Walz in a debate. As the campaign intensifies, the Harris-Walz ticket will go head-to-head with the Trump-Vance team in the upcoming November election. Both sides are gearing up for a contentious race, with significant attention on the swing states that will likely determine the outcome. Israel has conducted a series of raids in the occupied West Bank, resulting in the deaths of at least 8 individuals, including a 14-year-old boy, in Jenin and Aqaba. These operations utilized drones and live ammunition. An Israeli air raid on the southern Lebanese village of Mayfadoun has resulted in the deaths of 5 Hezbollah fighters, according to Al Jazeera's Asked Big. Josep Borrell, the EU's High Representative for Foreign Affairs, has expressed concern that the Middle East is on the verge of a major conflict. This warning reflects the escalating violence in the region. In Gaza, at least 40 people have been killed and 71 injured in recent Israeli attacks, adding to the ongoing casualties. The Gaza Health Ministry reports that since the beginning of the conflict, at least 39,653 Palestinians have been killed and 91,535 wounded. The UN Special Rapporteur on Freedom of Opinion and Expression has condemned Israel for the killing of Al Jazeera journalist Ismail al-Ghul and cameraman Rami al-Rifai in Gaza, calling for their deaths to be investigated as war crimes. Amidst the violence, 2 Israeli reservists have failed a polygraph test related to allegations of sexual abuse of a Palestinian detainee at Israel's 𝐶𝐬 facility, according to Channel 12. Bangladesh's President Mohammad Shahabuddin dissolved the parliament, setting the stage for an interim government. This move follows Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's resignation and departure from the country amid violent protests. President also announced the release of Begum Khalida Zia, Hasina's main political rival, who had been under house arrest. The death toll from the protests has risen to 413, with 113 killed just on Monday. The interim government is expected to hold elections soon. Student leaders are advocating for Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus to head the interim government. Yunus, known for his work in microfinance, has reportedly agreed to this role. India, where Hasina has taken refuge, has expressed concern and assured assistance. The situation remains tense, with calls from the international community for a peaceful transition and democratic process.